The building considered for the project execution, monitoring and control studio is a commercial building located in Ahmedabad. It is a corner site which covers an area of 5,360 square meter. The ground plus two floors are exclusively reserved for retail. It has three basements and is a ground plus 14 floor structure. Our scope of work for this studio is from 11th floor to 14th floor. The project is being executed on a labor contract. The cost breakdown for this building along with every part and the total is shown in the graph. The site layout was modeled on Revit, a BIM software, to show the progress on site at that point of time. The structures on construction site were identified, areas were marked, and total cost of material takeoff were derived. As shown, the total cost for setting up the construction site structures came up to 32 lakhs. Path of travel analysis was done to identify the benefits of suggested relocation of steel yard, QA/QC lab, and cube curing pond. The sample cube is taken from the cube curing pond to the QA/QC lab, that is almost 100 meters away from the pond. The distance takes more than a minute to traverse and compromises the quality of the cube due to unnecessary changes of testing conditions. Putting them together solves the problem. The steel unloading area is 31 meters away from the ring making area. This costs in terms of time and increases safety concerns due to the unnecessary movement of steel across common circulation area. Locating them next to each other reduces these concerns. The path of travel was calculated in Revit software. The total quantity of steel required for the scope of work, that is 11 to 14 floor, was calculated. The steel coefficient obtained from site engineers were 150 kg per cubic meter for slab and 200 for columns. The cost of purchase of steel for the scope of work includes that of binding wires. The month-wise steel requirement was calculated and steel required in January was found to be the highest at 126 metric ton. Using the observed productivity, it was calculated that 35 laborers were required every day for that month. The area required for stacking peak quantity site was found to be 65 square meter, which is less than the 80 square meter provided. Hence, the steel can be adequately stocked. The project, as mentioned before, is being done on a labor contract. An item rate contract was proposed for the project, which was formulated taking the General Conditions of Contract 2020 by CPWD and Gujarat State Forest Department's Item Rate Tender and Contract for Works as reference. 18 General Conditions of Contract and 11 Special Conditions of Contract were proposed. The contract was then analyzed with respect to FIDIC Red Book. In linear responsibility chart or LRC, the rows represent parameters involved in the aspect of quality. The columns indicate the project personnel and numbers indicate the degree of authority and responsibility which exists between the rows and columns of LRC. The matrix thus depicts responsibility that each project participant will play in different aspects of quality. Some of the 28 parameters have been shown on the slide. After creating the chart, it was found that the highest responsibility for quality lies with the project manager and civil coordinator from the client's organization. The second highest is the civil project manager, followed by assistant project manager and quality control engineer from the contractor side. Job hazard analysis was done as a part of the safety management exercise. The four main types of hazards identified as per OSHA are fall hazard, struck by, caught in between, and electrical shocks. One of the electrical hazards identified on the site was shock by electrical wire in contact with water, which can cause equipment damage, burn, shock, and electrocution. The control measures present on site were listed and the engineering, administrative, and PP controls were identified. One of the suggested measures was hooking the wire above the ground as being done elsewhere at the site. This can be seen in the photo shown below. The annual steel demand was calculated, taking the information from site. After taking the mentioned assumptions, The sum of ordering cost, carrying cost, and purchase cost gave the cost of procuring steel. Economic order of quantity is the ideal order quantity to minimize inventory costs. On applying the formula, this quantity was found. It was also corroborated when total costs were calculated for various quantities starting from 10 metric ton to 50 metric ton and plotted on the graph. As we can see from the graph, the optimal quantity of 25 metric ton gives the lowest total cost. The savings on adopting the EOQ model on site would be up to 92,217 rupees on an average. The Foreman Delay Survey is a qualitative and quantitative tool for measuring efficiency and improving the productivity of the laborer. The plastering activity was observed for 2 hours 40 minutes and has been divided into time slots of 10 minutes each. The parts in the blue on the plan were worked by Mason M1 and the ones in red by Mason M2. Supportive delays are the delays caused by activities that support the main work happening, and the recoverable delays are the ones that can be avoided, reduced, or eliminated. The delays have been categorized and listed. The photo shows the 4 workers who were being observed. The highest amount of delay was caused by Mason M1 and the lowest was caused by helper H2. The main reason for Mason M1's delay was idle time, and the second highest percentage was because of waiting for material. This was due to the lack of parallel working of helper H1. On analyzing the combined delay duration of the crew, it was concluded that the highest delay was caused due to idle time, followed by material handling, which is a supportive delay. The cost of delay for the observed time comes up to 161 rupees for masons and 60 rupees for the helpers, which is 30% and 25% of their salary during observed working hours. The spaghetti diagram shows the existing and suggested revised layouts to reduce the delay time in terms of material handling, idle time, and time spent waiting for a fellow crew member. The cement and sand and drinking water have been suggested to be moved close to the room. A water bucket can be placed in the room to reduce the unnecessary movement of the helpers. From site layout, visualization, area, and material takeoff, we learned that the use of BIM software leads to more efficient working. It helps in better visualization of site, deriving the cost of materials, and getting the area. There was considerable reduction in time after relocation of certain areas. This could be quantified using the path of travel analysis. In PO planning, the total amount of steel for the scope of work was calculated and found to be 255 metric ton. The cost of steel for the scope of work was 1 crore 25 lakh. The peak amount of steel required is 126 metric ton for the month of January. The area for stacking the bars at peak requirement was calculated and given area was found to be adequate. In contract conditions, an item rate contract was suggested and the necessary general and special conditions of contract were included. Analyzing it with FIDIC Red Book helped us know the standards of contract and realize the pluses and shortcomings of proposed contract. In linear responsibility chart, we learn the responsibilities of various personnel at site with respect to quality. It was found that the project manager from client side shouldered the highest responsibility. Adopting economic order of quantity helped us find the ideal order quantity for reinforcement at site. Foreman delay was a lean concept which helped us qualitatively and quantitatively analyze the construction crew's activity of plastering, and measures were suggested to increase efficiency.